Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2004. And oh my goodness, we lost our sponsor for the car. Thank God. Hopefully we can get a new wrap on the car soon. It was an upset, and then it turned into a Kurt Busch fanfare at the Bristol Night Race. Ryan Newman takes us out at the absolute most perfect time. We catch that caution, we get ourselves a great finish, and actually gained some points on the people. If that caution ever waved, we would have lost probably 40, 50 points to both of the championship points leaders. So that was some extremely fortunate luck right there. We're still 231 out from Dale Earnhardt Jr. and 202 back to Kevin Harvick, or 30-ish points back to Kevin Harvick. We got to keep digging, though. We got to go out there, keep getting points. That is our goal. The championship, though, is officially into, I would call, where it gets real. The summer stretch is all, sunshine and rainbows, right? Well, as soon as we get to Darlington, it gets real, because you got Richmond, New Hampshire, Dover, Talladega. These are the tracks that really heat up the championship battle. So for us, got to go out there and get it done. But let's go see what's happening in the garage over here. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see what the freaking sponsors are this time. Hey, Little Trees wants to come back. They used to sponsor us back in the day, yo. They used to sponsor us back in the day. That is pretty cool. So Little Trees wants to get back on board the car. I like that. They want to get back on the car. Yo, I'm okay with Little Trees get back on the car. So, tell you what, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to sign Little Trees right there. I'm going to put them there. I'm going to leave this spot open. Okay, I'm going to see if we can get some new sponsor opportunities there. I want to get a hood and side panel sponsorship, right? Goodyear's still there. I don't want to sign Goodyear on the nose, and I darn sure don't want Union 76 there, because that just looks stupid. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to wait it out. We're going to run this car unsponsored at, whatever track we're going to in this episode. Yes, I want to continue. And, yeah, we're just going to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to roll with it, and if we get a better sponsor, we'll put it on the car next episode. Let's see. We've got to work on something here. Let's see. We're going to Darlington, so, there's going to be a lot of grip, a lot of tire wear. Really want some good pieces there. And, let's see. Yeah, let's go and get our short track car repaired. That way that thing's primed, because we beat the tar out of that thing. So we need to get that short track piece ready to go. And that's what we're going to do right there. But yeah, man, I'm going to leave the paint scheme how it is. I'm just going to leave it how it is, because hopefully after the Southern 500, we'll get a new paint scheme. That's what I'm hoping. Actually, you know what? Do we want to do a throwback? Let's do a throwback. Alrighty, folks. So, yes, I know it is unsponsored, but I wanted to do this paint scheme. Davey Allison, rookie car. This thing, it's got a modernized version to it. The Buffet Racing South kind of tiger stripes across the side, but it's got that gold, the black, the white, and the red. Very popular with the good old Davey Allison Ford. I tell you what, I'm excited to get this car on track. This is another throwback paint scheme. We did a Tim Richmond one. I think it was like season 4, I think. But we're going to do this at the Southern 500. The Tim Richmond one was ran at the All-Star race that year. But, yeah, I'm excited. Got this new paint scheme. We're going to go out there with no sponsors. We're going to privately fund this car. And hope we can get a good package deal to carry us through the rest of the season. If Little Trees gets on the hood of this car and gets on the side of this car, I would be tickled pink. I just want to get a good sponsor on this freaking car. We're going to Darlington. We're going to need the best equipment possible, because I want to park this thing in victory lane. I want to do it. Here we go, folks. Car rating of 81. Beautiful throwback paint scheme. Let's go. Alrighty, folks. We put it on the pole, and I just noticed this. Davey Allison drove the 28 car. We're driving the 82 car. Pretty cool stuff. Let's go into the down track side for the 2009 Mountain Dew Southern 500.
MRN is here at the Great Southern Tradition, the annual Southern 500 here at the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Well, I've heard it all week, the track too tough to tame. What's that all about, Barney?
Well, this is an egg-shaped track with different links and different bankings in the east and west turns. That makes it very tough for the drivers. But the question is, why is it egg-shaped? Well, when it was built, the landowner decided he didn't want his minnow farm disturbed, so they simply pinched in the corners of what is now turns 3 and 4 to give it the distinctive egg shape that it's now famous for.
The 82 car extended his sponsorship contract this week.
And that shouldn't be much of a surprise to anyone. Their sponsors have really been happy with the results week in and week out, so of course they're going to re-sign a deal.
David Green has not had much of a year so far on these speedway tracks.
Yeah, I have been surprised to see him run so poorly on these tracks. I can only imagine how he feels.
Coy Gibbs really needs a good finish in this race. He's got a long way to go on the points list.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Oh boy, here we go. Darlington, South Carolina, patriotic. No. Maybe it's the 500. No. I'm just hyped up because we got a throwback paint scheme, my dude. Look, this is kind of reminiscent of what Dale Earnhardt Jr. did in, like, what, 2008? Running a throwback car. I think he ran the Southern 500 with the Mountain Dew Classic car. But he also ran that gray Ghost car, too, which is pretty neat. But I wanted to do a tribute paint scheme. And what I like about this paint scheme is that it has the same color scheme, right? But it kind of has that rugged, modern effect to it, right? Similar to, like, if Kyle Busch wanted to run a Bobby Labonte paint scheme from the 2000s in real life, but he wanted to add a little bit more of a sharper, aggressive look to it. Now, if I could have got the exact stripes, I would have done it. But it was the closest thing I could find, and it actually worked pretty well, because that's kind of our signature paint scheme. But here for the Darlington Southern 500, we got to go out here. We got to fight hard and try to win this race. We need points more than ever. The championship hunt is on. 36 grueling laps. If you haven't got your popcorn, if you haven't given the video a thumbs up, please do so, because it is going to be one good race to watch. Tony Stewart's going to lead lap 1 here at the Southern 500. This is the last crown jewel race of this season. We picked up a huge Brickyard 400 at the last crown jewel race we visited to. Now, I tell you what, man, I'd love to win another one of these Southern 500s. We've won this race multiple times, but man, it's still so cool to win it. Love the tradition. There's so much history. I mean, think about the cars that turn laps here. I'm talking, think about the freaking cars that turn laps here back in the early 50s, the 60s. I mean, we're talking about Studebakers. We're talking about, what is it, Packards. I mean, we're talking Pontiacs, talking Mercuries. We're talking just all kinds of freaking cars, man, that turn laps here at Darlington. Then you think about all the hot rides that came in the late 60s and the early 70s, you know, the Challenger, Chargers, whatever, you know. It's just amazing to think about the history and how many different makes and models, the automotive history this place could talk about. It's just unbelievable. So here we go, lap 4 at 36. We get around Tony Stewart. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in tow, but our goal today, obviously we want to try to win this race, but I want to keep Dale Jr. from leading a single lap. That's the goal. If we can keep Dale from leading any laps, that helps us out tremendously. Just try to go out here, try to do what we got to do, man. We got the special paint scheme on board, trying to take care of the race car, man. That's what we want to do. Just go out here, take care of the car. It's a long freaking race. 36 laps here at Darlington sometimes feels longer than the Coke 600 up there in North Carolina. So, gotta do what you gotta do. Here we go, lap 6, 30 to go, roughly. But this is one track we have a lot of success at. We've won the 400 miler, but we've won the Southern 500 more times than that. This one's a lot more of an endurance race compared to the 400 miler. And it really suits our driving style, you know. Long green flag racing, you know, taking care of your tires, getting loose on corner exit. And it's pretty cool how we were even competitive here back in the earlier seasons of this playthrough. And I don't think it's just us being good at the track. I don't think it's that. I think it's just the AI, the way they drive here, that it gives the player a lot more of a forgiving racing line and to get in the corner, to gain those tenths, etc. But certainly the equipment we have nowadays is incredible. I mean, it's light years better than the stuff we started back in the early 2000s. And I just love this track. I love it, man. It's fun. They paved this place to be a two-lane racetrack, but it truly is a 3-lane racetrack because you can dip underneath that you know, dotted line, so to speak. And you can dip down there and you can make a pass. You can run it like Phoenix. You can do that. It's loose down there, but hey, it works, right? Lap 9 out of 36 here. We're pulling away from second place, trying to keep the car in one piece, so to speak. But you know, man, just trying to go out here and dig, man. You know, I want to win this race. And then you think about the next track we go to. It's Richmond. That is an incredibly good track for us, but we got to go back to New Hampshire. New Hampshire's an absolute crapshoot for us. Kansas is coming up, which Kansas is... I really am starting to take a liking to that track. I used to really dread going there. You know, it's kind of one of those tracks I never really cared about because it's only once every season and it's in the fall, so it's kind of like, okay, we're out of the championship. It doesn't really matter how we run. But now I'm like, man, that's an opportunity. And think about it, we go back to Atlanta this season too, so that's another great 1.5 mile track. We still have Charlotte on the schedule. That's a great track for us. Phoenix, great track for us. If there's 2 tracks though, I really want to get better at. Obviously New Hampshire, that's kind of a given. But Homestead, we never have been somewhat decent at Homestead. Granted, every time we go there, we're already out of a championship, as we're gonna get our first Darlington stripe on cue. But I really want to get better at Homestead. Definitely. That's one track we got to get better at. Regardless if we're going there with a shot at the championship, we can't just go in there and just say, hey, we're going to putt around. We're going to finish the season. No, we're looking for a sponsor to help carry us and get this to 2010. That's the next season. Brand new decade, brand new season. Who knows who's going to retire? Who's going to stay? It's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be some fun times here on Diecastbuffet. And, you know, we've been doing, what, 7 seasons of this stuff, my dude? I plan on doing as many seasons as possible. My goal is to probably do 18 or 19 seasons. Maybe go to the full 20-season max limit. It kind of depends where the team is. If the team is, like, in the dumps, we're losing everything, we're crashing, we're not running good at the end of the career mode playthrough, then we might retire early because that's what most drivers would do, right? But if we're doing fantastic and we're winning races and hopefully a championship, then we might go a little bit longer. You never know. I don't want to just do a couple seasons and quit like everyone else does on this game. When I set out to do this playthrough, I wanted to truly have a career mode, and I wanted to do it as realistic as possible, right? I wanted to go out there and just have fun. You know, I'm not in it to just do one championship and quit. I ain't about that. That's not how I play NASCAR games. I do it to have fun. I do it because it's a role play. It's fun. It's realistic. And it's a challenge. It's not just, oh, I'm just going to putt around the track. No, it's a freaking challenge. If you didn't see the last episode at Bristol Motor Speedway, go watch it. It is an unbelievable challenge. How crazy that finish was. I mean, Ryan Newman takes us out in the middle of the pit sequence. Everybody gets topsy-turvied, and Kurt Busch comes out of the woodwork and ends up in victory lane. Pretty much 20 laps to go here at Darlington. Our right front is very worn here, so gotta be mindful of that. We got our Darlington stripe on board the car, which, you know, it only makes your car faster. Am I right? So we're having some good Darlington action out here. And no one's been on pit road yet, so that tells me no one's really begging for tires. They're not too worried about it. they know it's worn, but my goodness, I'd imagine people would pit. To my calculations, halfway on a tank of fuel is probably 13 laps. So that means within 26 laps to go, you could pit and make it on 1 tank of gas. Back in the wall again, unfortunately. We're well within their fuel window, so it's a matter of how good you want your tires at the end of this race. You split it down the middle, 36. Well, let's do a little bit of math here. That's going to be lap 18. So we're right there at the halfway point. Everyone's starting to fire up the air guns and get across the pit wall. But for us, I want to lead one more lap. I want to make sure we lead one more lap to guarantee the most laps led. That's what I want. Actually, no. We might need 2 more laps led. I don't know. Whatever it is, I just want to make sure we lead the most laps. There we go. So I think Tony Stewart led 1 or 2 laps, but again, I'm not taking any chances. I want to make sure we guarantee we lead that lap. So this is very vital, in my opinion. Make sure we go out there and lead that lap. We got enough fuel on board to run this lap, so let's just do it. Fuel tank almost empty. Yeah, we should be able to get her back around, so let's just do that. Alright. Lap 20 out of 36. We're going to have to pit this time. That should eliminate any opportunities for someone else to get the most laps led, so that should give us the maximum bonus points. And we're going to try to navigate and get on pit road here. We're going to be very careful. Pit road here, man. If you miss it, it's over. So take care of it. Be extra conservative getting on pit road because there's no more lap around. And juice it up a little bit. No speeding. There we go. Thank you, Jesus. Let's keep that fender good. I'm going to go ahead and do some damage repair. I think we had about a 3-second lead on Tony Stewart, so I'd rather make sure this car is good to go, right? I'd rather make sure that right rear quarter panel is all good. Hopefully get a good pit stop. Hope and pray to God we do. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. I'm going to give me a swig of water. Holy crap. Need some water over here. I'm out of Joe. Oh boy. Alright, so I think we got a pretty good shot at this one, guys. I mean, we should have the race lead, if not be within the arm's reach. Perfect 15.3 second pit stop. They had a perfect one last Sunday, or Saturday night, really. And they have another one. Now, here's the problem. Dale Jr. just led a lap, I believe. So, I go back to my theory of pitting as late as possible. Hey, man, gotta do what you gotta do. It's okay if Dale leads this lap. There's nothing we can do about it. So, for us, just go out there, run our race, and try to run him down. We clearly had the fastest car on the track. I want to win this race, man. But, you know, we just got to go out there and just keep digging, man. Keep digging. I know we can win this race. If we just do everything we got to do, we can win it. We have an incredibly fast race car. And I think Dale Jr. pitted a little bit early because that's how he got that track position. Obviously, with us staying out so long, we lost tenths, if not seconds, on the competition. I think Tony Stewart was second, so that tells me the 8 car and the 48 probably tried a contrarian strategy. And that's where their track gain came into play. Johnson doesn't have a hot rod like the 8 car does. But there's so much laps left here at Darlington. I mean, we haven't even encountered lap down cars. So put that in perspective. And we're clocking this 8 car right now. I mean, we are clocking him. So hopefully that 8 car won't be out front much longer. Again, we already locked up the most laps led basically. Because Tony Stewart led like 2 laps at the start of the race. So with Dale Jr. leading right now, that guarantees that Tony Stewart can't get the most laps led. So that basically helps us. It's okay, though. We got to go up there. We got to get around Dale Jr. Now, even if we do win this race or we don't, we're not going to gain much on Dale Jr., unfortunately. That's just a matter of fact. But, hey, man, a win's a win. In the Winston Cup circuit, a win is a win. I'm pushing this car, man. I want to get up there to Dale Jr.'s bumper and move him. Love you, Dale Jr., but dang it, we're going for a championship. I mean, hey, you won the Cup last year. Let a fella from a small single-car team win this race, man. Win the Cup, rather. I mean, we've won this race multiple times. I want to win the freaking Cup. Can't stand on the gas on turn 2 exit, man. That thing steps out big time. And there we go. Ooh, watch out. If you enter turns 3 and 4 a little bit high, guess what? You're going to be scratching the fence. And we're getting closer and closer to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Just a second and a half back to the 8 of the Budweiser camp. We're gaining on them, folks. I mean, third place is they're in a whole nother planet right now. Lap down cars are getting closer. You can really hear that RPMs heat up, man. This is definitely, we got a bullet here in Darlington right now. We've got to catch Dale Jr., man. We got to catch Dale Jr. Now it's 0.8 of a second. Yeah, you can tell his tires are starting to wear, but I mean, truth be told, we were pretty good, I think, on worn tires. Not extremely worn tires, obviously, but yellow tires we were pretty good at, so I'm very thankful for that. And now Dale Jr. is right there. We're within a drafting distance. Cut a little bit lower, give us a little bit more throttle. And huge wake on the front straightaway here. No, Dale, don't block me, buddy. Look, I want to get around you, man. Come on. I want to get around you. Look, I need to find a way underneath this 8 car. But dang it. Ah, a little bit of contact there. Darlington action unfolding here, folks. Now we got to navigate the lap down car. Try to shoot the bottom. Can we do it? There we go. Use him as a pick. And now we're out front with a little bit of a slide job. There we go. Hold on to the car on corner exit. Going to get very loose here. There we go. We counter-reacted with a throttle reduction. And now with 7 laps to go here at the Southern 500. Can we hold off Dale Jr.? I just think Dale Jr. doesn't have the raw speed to be able to maintain with us. I think his best bet is a mistake from us. So we got to take care of the car. We got a rookie up here in a Pontiac. You know, I really want to see the Pontiacs be competitive again. But they truly just don't have a competitive driver. They really don't. No disrespect to Johnny Benson and Jerry Nadeau, but they don't have the team to go out there and run competitive at 1.5 miles and, you know, run competitive at the short tracks every week. As we just got a little bit squirrely in that corner back there, but it's all good though. Keep digging, y'all. Keep digging. And I think about it. The Pontiacs have no one. They truly have no one. Yeah, you have with the Haas Carter team or whatever, with the Zero car. Yeah, they got Brian Vickers, you know, a young talent, but I just don't see anything going for him there. I really don't. Then you have Coy Gibbs, which is pretty much a bootleg affiliation with Joe Gibbs Racing. I don't see them going anywhere either. They got their Joe Gibbs Racing but engines. You know, Joe Gibbs Racing Chevrolets. Chevrolets are the same power plant in the Pontiacs. So I just truly don't see the Pontiac camp going anywhere. And I would kind of say the same thing for the Dodges, if you ask me to think about it. Evernham hasn't done jack squat in terms of a legitimate championship contender. Ganassi's in the toilet with Casey Mears, Scott Wimmer, and what's his face, Jamie McMurray. No disrespect, but I mean, hey, freaking in Wimmer's rookie season, he won a race at Richmond. McMurray hasn't done jack squat since this playthrough started, as well as Casey Mears. I think McMurray won 1 race, though, actually, but still. Nowhere near competitive after like 5 to 6 seasons with the same team. And the Ford camp. You know, if it wasn't for the Roush-Coutiers, Ford would be in the toilet. Yates is no longer competitive. Penske obviously runs Dodges. Ryan Newman's really the only one that's super competitive there. It just, when you consider everything, it really is just the Chevrolets that are running this sport right now. And that's why we're still on in the power plant with them. If the Fords were doing good on the Dodges, we might consider swapping power plants. But right now, the both sides have got it made. A gaggle of cars ahead of us. I'm just going to let them go. Final lap here at the Southern 500. Buffet Racing South. Trying to chase the championship. Maybe using a little bit of some luck, some inspiration, and some excitement from Davey Allison. A huge win here at Darlington. Yes! Finally. And with the tribute throwback paint scheme to the late, great Davey Allison. And, you know what? Burn it down, man. Burn it down. I like the gold, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like that gold, though. I like that gold. See, I like when they get up to the fence and they do a burnout. When they put the nose to the fence and they get the tires to spin. I think that's the coolest thing ever, man. Like right there. I just don't think the game's programmed for that, unfortunately. But I would love to do that. That'd be freaking awesome. But hey, man, a huge Southern 500 win. Let's quit scratching the nose. Let's go do a burnout over here in 3 and 4. Why not? Why freaking not, man? Just so freaking cool to get this paint scheme out here, you know. And I like doing these special paint schemes. I really do. I like doing it. It reminds me of the Busch paint schemes in modern day NASCAR with the Kevin Harvick camp, or kind of reminiscent of the Budweiser days, you know, when they used to do so many cool paint schemes. I just like doing it realistic, though. I don't like doing the fake crap when they have... You run every different manufacturer in one season. You change your number 7 times a season. I don't like that. I like doing it realistic and having a great time doing it. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. Victory Lane, a privately sponsored car. We've had to run this car out of our own pocket. It's okay, though. But hey, we parked it in Victory Lane. Definitely reminiscent of the Furniture Row racing days. We get out there, we get it done. Southern 500 win, Davey Allison paint scheme. Just freaking awesome. And I just realized something too. That Victory Lane font up there, that's the same font they used, I think, for the Chase of the Cup in NASCAR 06, if I am mistaken. Maybe even NASCAR 7 too. That EA Sports kind of style font. I think that's the same one. And look at that, another crown jewel win. We've won the Southern 500, I can't even remember. I think it's 3 or 4 times now. I mean, that's incredible. Love Darlington, South Carolina. And, hey, man, do what we had to do. Very thankful for that. We dominated 24 laps sled out of 36, a maximum point stay. But for Dale Earnhardt Jr., 9 lap sled's going to help him ease that bruise. So let's put it at 185. He gets 175. We gained, well, 10 points, but that's okay. Kevin Harvick, though, we did gain some good points on him. 25 points over Kevin Harvick. And we extended our, our gap on, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, and company, You just got to go out there and do what you got to do. And unfortunately, McKinney, Lawton, and Perry are going to be the bottom of the barrel today here at the Southern 500. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Upload these videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Diecastbuffet. Richmond is next. The championship is heating up. Who's going to win the 2009 Winston Cup? I have no clue. Have a great one. Diecastbuffet signing off.